Hello, welcome to Modesty Real Estate YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you key things about real estate or land title document. Have you ever been scammed or fallen victim of land scam? Or you've heard of cases of people losing their money because they bought the wrong land? Watch out for key things you must learn about title documents in this video. First of all, you must understand that a property or a land is as important as its document. So the piece of paper or papers that describe the land, they are as important as the piece of land. So being careless about the property is just as good as wanting to lose your land. You must pay attention to this that I want to share with you. First of all, what is a title document? A title document is a document that transfers interest or confers ownership of a property. It transfers interest from one person to another, or it confers ownership of a property on an individual. In other words, a title document is a document that shows that a particular land is owned by an individual. All right? It shows that a land belongs to a person or a company or a group of persons. And we must understand key things about certain title documents and what to look out for if you are buying a land in the title documents. Many times when you hear title document, the first thing that comes to your mind is C of O. So everybody knows about C of O. So that is the only thing that comes to their mind. They think that is the only title document that exists, not knowing the pros and cons of C of O and what you need to know about C of O. We've heard of cases of people that were scammed by buying lands that has C of O. You won't want to fall into such victims. So watch out and I share with you. According to Land Use Act of 1978 in Nigeria, it stated that all lands belongs to the government. So all lands in a state are bestowed on the government, of course, under the administration of the governor. So what is a certificate of occupancy? A certificate of occupancy is a document that actually officially leases out a land to an individual or a company for a period of 99 years. We already know that all lands belong to the government. So the government has every land in a state, in the sense that when you have a certificate of occupancy, you are officially leasing the land, showing that you own this land for 99 years. And of course, one major advantage of certificate of occupancy is that it shows that the land is free from any form of accusation. So it's a very good document. And of course, we have other land titles which I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. I just want to start with the popular one, which is Certificate of Occupancy. As I said earlier, according to the Land Use Act, every land belongs to the government. So when a land has been exited, that means when a land has been assigned to a particular individual or to a group of persons, such a person can choose to apply for Certificate of Occupancy to officially recognize with the government that that land belongs to him, and is expected to pay a stipend, a particular amount, depending on the location and the size of the land, per annum to the government. So imagine buying a land with a certificate of occupancy and the person is not paying the money he ought to pay. Notice you are buying a land and you are buying outstanding debt. So when you buy a land with certificate of occupancy, you are expected to check in the Ministry of Land if there is money that the person has not paid, and you apply for what is called governor's consent, because a land cannot be issued. You cannot get two certificates of occupancy for a particular land. Once Mr. A has C of O for a land and he wants to sell it to Mr. B, when Mr. B buys it, he is expected to get governor's consent to show that now interest of this land or the ownership of this land has been transferred to him. So the document that he will be issued is called governor's consent. So aside these two documents, we have other documents like a deed, a registered deed, a deed of transfer, a deed of gift, a deed of different kinds of deed. A deed is a document that shows that a particular owner of land has transferred his land or the ownership of that land or a property to another person. Of course, and a deed should be registered with the government to make it more valid. And of course, you are advised that a deed should be prepared by a lawyer. That gives it more validity. You have to understand this. And let me quickly say this. A survey is not a title document. A survey, whether registered or not, is not a title document. A survey is just a document that shows that a particular land has been measured. It shows the size of the land. It shows the location, the geography, the location of the land. And of course, it shows that this location and the size has been registered with the government. That is when it is a registered survey. It's not necessarily a title document because it does not confer ownership. It does not confer ownership to a particular person. All right, so that someone has a survey without a deed, without an agreement, does not make that survey valid, because it doesn't confer ownership. It doesn't transfer ownership from one person to another. Now, what are key things you must check out for in title document when you want to buy land? Having given that little background about title documents, before buying a property, you must ensure that the owner of the property, or the person whose name is written in the title document, has the right to sell the property. That's what is called right to sell. Not everybody selling a property has the right to sell. Let me explain further. If Mr. A has certificate of occupancy, Mr. A now give it to Mr. B to sell the property for him, and there is no document stating that this property has been transferred from Mr. A to Mr. B. The only title documents that the land has is a C of O in the name of Mr. A. Mr. B cannot sell the property. If you buy such property, though it has C of O, you will definitely be buying troubles, because Mr. A can come back tomorrow and say that is his property. There is nothing to show that the property has been transferred from him to another person. So don't just be quick to say that land has C of O. It's to ask whose name is in the C of O. Who had the C of O? Say, but the person is late, or the person is not around. What is the proof that the person's that the ownership right has been transferred to the current person selling the property? What if it's a deceased person? There are modalities involved. Is it with the consent of the children, from the eldest person to the other children involved? Those are key things that you check out for in buying a property. So don't, in a bid to say this property has C of O or has a title document like a registered deed, and you just go ahead and buy the property. In summary, what am I saying? Before buying a property, you must ensure that you see the title document, and also you must ensure that the person whose name is in the title document is alive and is verifiable. If it's not alive, that means that the person should have transferred it to the person selling to you. No one has the right to sell a land that no one has the right to sell a land that he does not have the title of. He does not have the right to sell it if the title is not available, or if the title is not in his name. Don't say it's my friend's land. My friend gave me the land to sell, and you did not confirm from the friend, the true owner, whose name is there. You now end up buying the land because you saw the document, and you now to transfer the ownership. You say, it doesn't matter who signed the document. You prepare the document, then another person signs it whose name is different from the name in the title document. Hope you understand. So key things before buying a property: always check out for the title document, and always check that there is a link between the person whose name is in the title document with the seller if the person is not around. Of course, there are other modalities involved, like a registered power of attorney. There are other modalities involved. That is why before you can buy a property, you have to contact a real estate firm to ensure that it guides you, or a lawyer. And that's why Modesty Real Estate Ltd is available for you. When you think of the right investment, think of real estate. And when you think of real estate, think of Modesty Real Estate Ltd. Here we guide you to buying your property, and we ensure that your money counts for you, in the sense that we ensure that you do not use your money to buy troubles. Thank you for watching. Do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification in order not to miss out from other educational content and real estate opportunities shared here. Thank you.